Fancy. That's a new feature in my experience since last month at least. Welcome everyone to our final online open mic of the season. Who would like to perform first this evening? Or shall I choose?
I can go ahead. I got one kind of queued up. Um, like I said earlier, I'm trying to just looking for a venue to sort of air out some of these songs that I've written over the last couple of years and haven't really had a venue. And this is called workshopping, Sophia. If you're wondering about how it works out, sometimes it falls flat, but you got to give it a go. So this is what this is. This is a song. This is another one that I think I've said in some of the other settings that especially in Amsterdam, I was just kind of working on observing and sort of seeing how I was inspired by any event or a particular thing I was trying to look at. So this one was uh, followed a comment made by one of our house guests one time, but I made it into something completely different, and I'll tell you what the spur to this song was from their comment after, but it's called Grace Like Tulips. I'm not sure how the guitar comes through, so if it's I I hear it well. I don't know how it's coming through, and it doesn't seem to be coming through on the recording. So if it's just give me a louder if I need to be louder because I need all the support I can get from my voice. So if it's not coming through well, let me know. It's called Grace Like Tulips. Tulips in a simple vase, so perfect nearly false. Through days I watched them dance and fade in grace their final waltz. This vessel that I now behold, consider what all I know. I'm full if love makes the final score, empty if that goes untold. May I fade like them in serenity, dance off with their dignity, recall to sight some beauty wrought from life that's a gift to me. Beauty is as beauty does, all is all for no cause, at least not to the tulips still. What is becomes what was. I must ponder this demise. No, there's no reprise. Once cut, whether bud or ancient soul, what lives outruns its life. May I fade like them in serenity, dance off with their dignity, recall in sight some beauty wrought from life that's a gift to me. Thought that comes to all our kind, questions in the mind. Are we bound to certain fate, leaving nothing long behind? We hope to place a marker out, strike eternity down. The tulips live in no doubt, no thought why they have grown. May I fade like them in serenity, dance off with their dignity, recall in sight some beauty wrought from life that's a gift to me. Thank you. So the spur was we had some tulips. We often, when we had guests, we'd buy tulips because they're in a certain time of year they're ubiquitous there, and our guests go, gosh, and those tulips, they look so real. They were there for 3 or 4 days, and I go, they are real. That's how they look. They're But anyway, so that was kind of the spur, and I ran with it in that direction. So
Sorry, John, you got
there you
upstaged
go.
right at the end there by Audrey joining with her brand new baby. Just right at the end.
Sorry.
No, always welcome.
Yeah, you can't.
I in the last since we got back, we have 2 new grandsons, so I'm all about being upstaged by babies these days. It's a cool thing.
Jonathan, what was the name of that song?
It's called Grace Like Tulips.
Grace Like Tulips. Very nice.
And was Sophie the one who made that comment?
You didn't have tulips when I was there.
No, she was there too late for the tulips, or too early for the tulips.
You just had.
They're year-round mangoes, that's for sure. They're imported.
All right. Well, I was thinking we would do like a round robin kind of thing. So like go and rather than doing back to back, if that's okay with everybody. So let's go on to something a little different. How about Chris? Do you want to read?
Yes, perfect. The first thing that was tulips. The first thing I'm going to read is called Daffodils. So I think maybe it's the summer theme. Is that why we're doing flowers? I'm not sure, but okay. Let me get the right one on my screen for myself here. There it is. Okay. All right, this is called Daffodils. I watched the fireflies slow dance drunkenly through the trees and over the stones just before dusk, and I caught one in my hands. Unperturbed, the lightning bug explored the creases of my palms and fingers, its temporary habitat, but sensing an unfamiliar environment, it didn't light a signal. I considered how brave, how independent, this creature, captured by another several hundred times bigger than itself, displaying such a selfless act of curiosity. Or maybe it's a simpler urge than that. Maybe it's just the calm acceptance is sometimes the best path to survival. I lowered my arm and opened my hand near a gravestone, and the insect glided away, sending out its tail in slow motion Morse code, indiscriminately, to the hushed hurly-burly and the quiet commotion of the quickly graying evening. I threaded my way around the patches of dark places, careful not to trip on any of the rough-hewn markers, trying to catch up to my companion, who was already at the far edge of this city of sleeping souls. I saw her stoop and brush her hand lightly across the swatch of daffodils that caught the final fading gleam of the setting sun, as though a spotlight was sweeping languidly over them. She moved her hand so gently across the golden host, as though over the face of a loved one, or over the eyes of the newly departed, and her fingers were met with a stirring and soft efflorescent rustle of blooms in return. She rose slowly and looked back at me. "Let's make a garden," she smiled, "a sea of yellow petals in the yard." I nodded, and she took me by my hand and led me through the rusted iron gate and back out onto the street. I glanced over my shoulder at the scarce fireflies still blinking to one another in the pale streetlights as we went. And when I turned back, she put a dark green stem adorned with a burst of gold into my shirt pocket and gave me a kiss, And that night, I dreamt of soaring through a night sky lit by a million fireflies in place of stars. That's that one.
That was really beautiful. That was lovely. That was just awesome. I love it. I love hearing all the different styles and stories that you tell through your your writings. Oh, hi, welcome. Um, they all have such different moods to them, which is, you know, we're human beings. It's written by a human being, so that makes sense, obviously. But it's just cool to get to hear it. It's not just you're not just a one note kind of a writer, you know. You got you got lots of notes.
Thank you.
Thank you. I noticed. Well, there's two things. You know, Faith, your two choices or your two offerings today. One is Ask the Stars, which we just ended with. Is it Pregúntale las estrellas? And
Pregúntale.
yeah,
Mhm.
and we've just ended with talking
You
about
go on the theme.
and either that or summertime. I mean,
Uh,
appropriate.
no, I'm happy to do either one first. Can you hear me, see me okay? It says my network bandwidth is low.
Yes, I keep having sorry, do you want to come up here? I'm sorry, come on up. I keep having issues with I think like out kinds of things. So it might I also might have bad internet connection. Come on up. Come on up.
If I can have 1 minute, I can confirm my internet really quick, less than a minute. But so I'm gonna go check it quick.
Okay.
Okay, be right back.
Talk about the date. This is what you've brought to share and show and tell today.
I made this. Well, we made this. This is Ananda.
Welcome, Ananda.
All right.
She's making pickup music.
And it sounds like there's also contributions from Polar Bear as well. Oh, I said the name. Charlie heard me. He's like, what?
It's Clifford. Can you hear Clifford, Charlie? Yeah. He's making music too. Okay, we're gonna mute again.
Okay, Faith, are you ready?
Okay. I am ready. So I'll go ahead and go off the theme, ending with stars, and then I'll sing the song Pregúntale a las estrellas. This is I'm gonna actually do the song a cappella. This is Ask of the Stars is the translation. This is a solo I did a while ago that I just really liked the song and wanted to sing it again, but like can't do the piano accompaniment myself and everything else. So this is just fun piece. Pregúntale a las estrellas si por las noches mi ven llorar. Pregúntale si no busco para quererte la soledad. Pregúntale al manso río y el llanto mío lo ven correr. Pregúntale a todo el mundo si no es profundo me padecer. Nunca te olvides que yo te quiero y que me muero solo por ti. A nadie quieras en esta tierra, en esta tierra, en esta tierra tan solo a mí. Pregúntale a las estrellas si por las noches me ven llorar. Pregúntale si no busco para ahorrarte la soledad. Pregúntale al manso río y el llanto mío lo ven correr. Pregúntale a todo el mundo si no es profundo me padecer. Nunca te olvides que yo te quiero y que me muero de amor por ti. A nadie quieras en esta tierra, a nadie quieras en esta tierra, tan solo a mí. A nadie quieras en esta tierra, tan solo a mí. Thank you so much.
Awesome. That's so sweet. I love it.
Thank you. It's a fun song. I enjoy this.
One before, maybe is it in a is it like in the I can't remember what it's called. I don't know. Who's the composer? Do you remember?
Um, it's covered by a lot of people, like for sure. I think it's one of those more traditional ones or more common ones. The page I have up for the lyrics is Embajada Boliviana. So there's that. There's also, I think, I want to say Diego something that I saw. So I think it's definitely like a couple different people, but I do know the name of it. Easy to find other stuff related to because of the name.
Nice. That's a good choice. Thank you.
Thank you.
So continuing on, Sophia, are you ready?
Right here.
Hi. So the first one I'm gonna do is Moonsea Daisy by the Heligoats. And if you care to look it up after this, it is Moon, Sea, Day, Sea. However, when I first heard it, it was on a Day Trotter session where it was called Moonsea Daisy. Flowers. But just a weird thing. Anyway. We're different people now, our dogs are different dogs. The worrying thing became full-time job. We tried and failed, nothing was really lost. Night came sooner than we thought. We had the light of the moon. Listen up, you'll hear I'm singing in the garage from the side of the mountain. The snow and a mirage casting shadows to the people on the flatlands. I traded in my skis to seal my fate. I'm closer to the moon. What we put in was exactly what we saw come out. The balance was such it left nothing to be wondered about. If you're thinking of being evil, you'll be beaten to the punch. And if you're not looking for any trouble, you'll be found with some. Well, sure you could say we could have done things differently, but it's how things were done, it's how things now must be. I can take care, it's just not fair to say I'm doomed. I'm magnet for disaster, but I'm being pulled to the moon. While you wouldn't think to give me the time and day, I knew how to say it, I just didn't know what to say. It took a sundial and a weather vane to bring it to my attention. I was connected directly to the moon. And what we threw away was exactly what we saw come out. Yeah, the balance was such it left nothing to be wondered about. And if you're thinking of being evil, you'll be beaten to the punch. If you're not looking for any trouble, you'll be found with some. Look around, ask yourself, when will it ever stop? I look outside at Mother Nature, the government, at the cops. They are hiding, waiting, glowing in the dark. Is that the silhouette of a shark I see swimming across the moon?
I love that you have applause inside inside the that was great. So wait, which one? What is that one called again?
Well, so the version that's like the album version that you can actually like find, is called Moon Sea Day Sea. But I don't know. I just, that version is like considerably different from the one that I just played, which is like the Day Trotter session that you can't like actually really get. Um, they I guess, I don't know. I think it was like a demo before they like changed up the lyrics, and I don't know. I'm just used to the demo version, I guess. I don't know.
So okay, because I heard mention of Moon, and so that's what made me was like, wait, was that the name of the band, or was that the no? It's the name of the song. Got it. Thank you, Sophia. The
Goats.
oh, sorry, what?
It's the Helly Goats.
And the strumming pattern, I always say this, but I feel like not always. That strumming pattern is different though, right? I wasn't just making that up in my, like it sounded different to me.
I don't know. I don't really like think about the strumming pattern that I'm doing anymore, because I always simplify. Like I don't really like try to replicate the album. I just do whatever strumming pattern like fits with the rhythm. So it's possible, but I just do as many, you know, bass bass note down and ups as like fits with the rhythm, and I don't really think about it. So maybe.
I mean, it's not just like strumming. It's like bump ba da, dump ba da, kind of a thing. I don't know. It's cool. It's different into my ear. I like it. Shall we continue on in our circle, our round robin? Back to Jonathan.
Well, this isn't for Audrey and Anand. And Anand. How old's Anand? You can hold up month fingers if you want.
Oh, 10 days today.
10 days. Oh, congratulations. Well, this is actually, I decided I would do a little song and I'll dedicate it to her. It's a little early yet. She's probably a few months away from this, but this was inspired initially by one of my granddaughters. She was about 4 or 5 months old, and Anand will get there. So she fits this. So, and I finished this long after she passed through this phase, but I finally got it. It's called Babies Made of Butter. Babies made of butter, look at all the rolls. Little feet like biscuits, sweet peas are her toes. Are their knees, oh I see, sausage legs will bend. Hard to see with butter dolls where each part begins. Babies made of butter, look at all the rolls. Little feet like biscuits, sweet peas are her toes. It's not that she is fluffy, she does float in a bath, and it floats your heart as well just to hear her laugh. Babies made of butter, look at all the rolls. Little feet like biscuits, sweet peas are her toes. Look at that tummy, it does not need a belt. How does this butter pat make me want to melt? Babies made of butter, look at all the rolls. Little feet like biscuits, sweet peas are her toes. She'd go well on a bit of scone or a crunchy piece of toast, but melting her in my arms is how I love her most. Babies made of butter, look at all the rolls. Little feet like biscuits, sweet peas are her toes. I know there will be dimples still once she grows up sleek, but milk not everywhere, only in her cheek. Babies made of butter, look at all the rolls. Little feet like biscuits, sweet peas are her toes. How I love that baby, all there is to her. She will grow up so fast, but that you can be sure. Oh, babies made of butter, look at all the rolls. Little feet like biscuits, sweet peas are her toes. I don't have an ending, but it never ends. They just get bigger. So enjoy.
Jonathan, that was delightful. Oh my goodness. I could listen to that and learn that and sing that all day long. That is the cutest thing ever.
Feel free. I'll send you the words. It's early for public domain, but there's not a big demand for it. So I'd love for you to.
And we know both of your granddaughters, and we know one of them wasn't a very butterbally baby, so I think we know which one that is.
You certainly do.
One was very long and skinny. The other one was much more of a butterball.
Cute. Thank you for sharing that. Audrey and Tisa, I sent you a message, but I'm not sure if you saw it. Were you all gonna, I forgot to ask if you were gonna share, other than your beautiful child.
We're on a different device and we aren't able to respond in the chat, but we are here to be audience members tonight.
Lovely, lovely.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure. I didn't want to, oh no, I forgot. Okay, good. Chris, back to you, my friend.
All right. Okay, so this next one, the first one, actually, both of these are pieces. It's Michelle's birthday on Monday, my girlfriend's birthday. So I wrote this, just the one I just read, Daffodils, I wrote last week for her, and I recorded it and did, I don't know if you guys remember, like last year, maybe I did one that was, I played a recording of one that had like some sound effects and things like that. So I did that one again with this, and it came out really well. But I didn't want to play it because it's this is like the no mic, so I'm trying to do it with the just the limited technology. But this other one, this next one, I wrote. I can't remember if it was last year, but also for her birthday. So it's just, this is her birthday is the 21st, which is the solstice. So it's kind of nice. It's like all the summer things. So this one is called. Let me find it. This is called Summertime Smile. These are all the days we have, you said, showing me the calendar on your phone. You swiped through week after week and month after month, blank pages with all the numbers printed in bold blue lettering. We have all these days together, all the days. This is how much time we have. Then you gave me that summertime smile. You were born on the first day of summer, and you will always carry that with you. That smile, that sunshine, it's one and the same. See, there's this warmth that emanates from you, that radiates from your face when you smile. That's summer. It's an endless summer day. It's the sun shining down through the branches of the crepe myrtle. It's the sand on the beach that warms you after the water. It's a bike ride to the park. It's a game of baseball on a Sunday afternoon. It's a beer on the porch after mowing the lawn. It's the sparrows eating the gnats. It's the buzz of a mason bee. It's a truck with a load of mulch parked on the side of the road. It's the road. It's the trees. It's the sound of bare feet on packed earth. It's a red brick in the tall green grass. It's the crunch of a gravel pathway through a vegetable garden. It's the latch on the garden gate. It's a smooth, cold stone in a riverbed. It's the water. It's the mud. It's the shore. It's a hummingbird in the honeysuckle. It's a yellow bookmark in a blue book on a blanket in the grass. It's the paddle of a canoe. It's the ripple. It's the current. It's the starfish in the tide pool. It's the pail. It's the shovel. It's the salted popcorn in a red and white striped bag at the park. It's the crunch of the Cracker Jacks. It's the slow drip of an ice cream cone. It's the clink of the ice in the tall, cool cylinder of glass. It's the tire on the hot tar. It's the tire hanging in the shade of the tree. It's the creak of the rope. It's the knot in the tree. It's the shade. It's the crack of the bat. It's the cheer. It's the slide in the dust. It's the home team score. It's the dust blowing in the hot breeze. It's the dust. It's the breeze. It's the quiet of the forest. It's the blackberries. It's the creak of the saddle. It's the soft footfall of the horse. It's the mane. It's the reins. It's the rain. It's a smile from a beautiful girl in summer. It's the summer. It's the smile. It's your summertime smile. It's you.
That was beautiful. I'm like crying over here. That was so beautiful. Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oof. Good one. I just think she liked that one. I'm gonna guess she liked that one. That's really beautiful. That's like summer. That yeah. It's like childhood and woo.
Yeah.
Sorry, I keep interrupting you. It sounds like you were gonna say something. Just like I'm almost
No. No, yeah. Did I tell a joke or something? Yeah.
Woo. Okay. Ha. Didn't that one hit me? That hit me hard. Faith, would you like to play some summertime? Speaking of summertime.
Yes, very summertime, which fits. Beautiful summertime day. Yeah, I really like that too. That was great. Thanks. So this song I'll do is Summertime from Porgy and Bess. Jazz, classic. Ella Fitzgerald did it. Lots of people have done it in general, but I just have a really simplistic version, quick version of it that I like to play when it gets warm out. Can you hear okay? Okay. Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high. Your daddy's rich and your mama's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. of these mornings, you're gonna rise up singing. Then you'll spread your wings and you'll take to the sky. But till that morning, there's nothing can harm you. With Daddy and Mommy standing by. Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high. Your daddy's rich and your mama's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. Thank you so much. I love that song so much. So many different versions of that song is out there: fast, slow, jazzy, in 3/4 and 4/4. It's a great song to play with and to do what you want with it. Thanks for letting me share it with you guys.
Love it on ukulele. Is that a baritone?
It's just it's a tenor, but it has the low G string, which helps very much. I love the low G string on my ukulele now. So it adds a little bit more depth, but yeah, it's just a tenor ukulele.
Cool. Oh, yeah, it was really beautiful. I've
Thank you.
never heard it with ukulele before. You're right, so many different versions, and I like yours.
Thank you.
All right, Sophia, do you think you might like to do that number 2 one that you were referring to? Without the caveat.
Is it enough?
Sorry. Just pulling it up. This one is it's called Carolina by Benjamin Gibbard. Yeah. It's really short. Every scream went bleeding through these paper walls, and all the makeup in the world couldn't hide the scars I leave today. I'm packing light, a suitcase, some toiletries, the rolling hills and willow trees of Carolina wait for me. You never learned the rules have changed since we were 9. This isn't school, boys don't assault the girls they like. The taste of blood, the claim of love, these two will hear uncease to be, sprouting from your fists and tongue, 'cause Carolina waits for me. Fields of grain go whipping by drifting out, catching up on sleep. I couldn't get indentured since the very crest of 17. I left my keys and broken dreams, 'cause Caroline waits for me. I will never forgive a single day. Mile markers seem to call my name and say, you're safer now. Through every town will light your way in reflective green. All the way, the entire state of Carolina waits for me.
Oh, is Chris in North Carolina?
Did you dedicate that to Chris? Did you sing that?
I don't know if you want that particular song dedicated to him.
Yeah, probably not.
I don't know. It's kind of a sweet song. Kind of a sad sweet. It's okay.
Very pretty, but it's a domestic abuse.
Oh, it's about domestic abuse. Oh, I didn't catch that.
Yeah. The taste of blood, the claim of love. These two will here uncease to be, spouting from your fists and tongue.
I would
Yeah.
like children, playing outside and getting like biting their tongue accidentally or something like that. I didn't pick up on the other, but that's
Well, the second verse says, you never learned the rules have changed since we were young. It isn't school. Boys don't assault the girls they love.
oh, assault. Ooh, I did not hear the word. Yes.
Was very pretty.
Yeah, it is very pretty.
Good choice, though. I like it. I mean, like, I like songs that.
He just sends me things he wants me to play, and I do it, even though I have 170 tabs saved in my Ultimate Guitar account.
Meaning
Sing, monkey, sing.
those are all the expected to learn. You need to do this one and then do this one. No. That's just you two also wanting to.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't do songs that I don't want to do, but I get a lot of suggestions.
Well, I assume there's maybe it's the patron. The patron wants a certain has a.
Commission your songs.
That's how that works. Well, thank you for sharing it here, despite its dark nature. Well, I heard that there might be more.
Back around to me. I've got one if you want it.
Oh, we'll take it. We want it.
We'll take it. Okay. All right. This is sort of a state themed song. This is I was on my way over to when we were flying over to Amsterdam. I was listening to I don't know if you're familiar with Hazel Dickens, but she was kind of a sort of a folk roots West Virginia musician. Wrote a lot of songs about home and sweet sunny South and all that kind of stuff. So I thought, well, I should probably write a song. Oregon's kind of a tough song to rhyme about because it's hard to rhyme a lot of times, So anyway, but this is one that I came up with. It's sort of that my home story, and so I dedicated. So I call this To Hazel, just for that. But from the Slave Pacific to the Malachite Cascades, in a place called Oregon, I spent my younger days. Water ran the length and breadth of all that I first knew. From snowy peak to foaming surf, life's simile, pure and true. First breath comes after water, all the rest we know. Follow that certain course directed by the flow. Heat and air may raise us up to accumulate aloft. We rise in light, sure as rain, back to ground, drop by drop, brought up by a gentle hand, held loose, led to roam. Feet to feel both rough and smooth from a warm and happy home. Tall trees all around us, monuments to the rain. The green so deep it stills your mind. In troubles, I go back again. First breath comes after water, all the rest you know. Follow that certain course directed by the flow. Heat and air may raise us up to accumulate aloft. We rise in light, sure as rain, back to ground, drop by drop. Much has changed from then to now, but not the gentle pull of the people or the land that makes my heart full. Time will smooth the mountains with the help of the rain. The clock of tides alone tick off our losses and our gains. First breath comes after water, all the rest you know. Follow that certain course directed by the flow. Heat and air may raise us up to accumulate aloft. We rise in light, sure as rain, back to ground, drop by drop. So, thanks. That was it. To Hazel. Thanks, Hazel.
Very nice. It sounded like you were going to say something else. It sounded like you said, so I wasn't sure.
No, you never know. You know, when you're vamping, sometimes you start off on the on vamp instead of the off vamp. So that was where I ended up.
Yeah.
Thanks, Seamus.
I like songs about Oregon. I don't hear them very often, so I like our home.
There's Black River Killer by Blitz and Trapper. If you want a song about murder and Oregon.
It's true. But there's also, when you said you were writing a song about states, I thought of Sufjan Stevens, who very boldly said he was going to write an album about every state and then stopped after 2, sort of. But his album, Carrie and Lowell, is all about Oregon because this is where his mom abandoned him to. They're really cheery songs. It's all about his mom's death. We listen to some dark music here in the Linsky household.
Linsky's revealed. Next time on Open Mic.
Behind the music.
It's because we're so boring that we like our drama just in our musical tastes,
Fair enough.
But seriously, Carrie and Lowell, it's beautiful.
It is beautiful. It's very good.
And lots of songs about Oregon. And
There, actually, yeah, because there was a song about it's called Eugene, and I played it, I don't think I played it here, but I posted it to my Instagram account, but I should play it here at some point. It's a very pretty song.
I feel like
Oh, sorry.
No, you go.
I was just hoping that we could get a close up of Ananda's face before we go. Her internet debut, maybe.
oh my goodness. Look at that floppy baby.
It's just cuteness.
Zoom in.
It's cuteness.
Pina. Ready?
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, baby.
Well done, you.
now we're melting, not from the heat, but from cuteness.
Our little ball of butter. Tisla said she's melted. Her arms.
That's her performance tonight.
Yeah.
Brava. Well, Chris, you mentioned having one more. Do you want to do one more, or how you feeling?
That'd be great. Yeah.
Do it.
This one, I wrote this one a couple years ago. I was raised in a very conservative Christian home, and I went to for 3 years to a conservative Christian college and studied theology, and then one day I was sitting in class and I thought, what am I doing here? I don't want to be here anymore. And I got up out of class and I went to the registrar's office and I dropped out of school. And then when I signed the paper, she said, okay, you have 48 hours to, vacate the campus, or 24 hours or something, which I hadn't really thought out very well. And I was living in Chicago, and I fortunately was able to sleep on a friend's couch for a couple of months, and I had a job in a coffee shop. So after I dropped out of college, I just kind of worked around Chicago, and this thing that I wrote isn't really, it's not about that, but I'm kind of getting off the track here. Having been raised in that environment, you get these. I don't know if anybody else was raised in a very conservative household, but you do get a lot of you go to church and you get a lot of Bible stories. You read a lot of things that happened, and it can't help but kind of affect your worldview and your thinking. And some of the stories I actually kind of liked, and Samson was one of them that I always liked. And after I dropped out of college, I pulled up a picture here because none of you knew me when I was young. But there's a picture of me on a camping trip with some friends of mine when I had some very long hair, and there was like, you look like a pirate. So I put a knife in my mouth and somebody snapped a photo of it. So this kind of goes through, this is, and I think I liked Samson when I was a kid because he was this big guy with this long hair, and I just thought he was like this cool guy. So this poem is it's not a poem. This piece is called Samson. I'm sorry for that really long introduction, but I was just wanting to give it a little bit of context. Okay. I used to feel like Samson. I was young and strong and felt favored by the gods. My hair was dark and long, and I was fierce in my youthful stupidity. And I judged, and I was judged, and I erred, and I was treated unfairly, and I was bound and crushed by the institutions that I had served and that I had also loved, betrayed by them as by a faithless lover. I was young and destitute and alone. My hair was dark and long, and I felt like a stranger. And I roamed and I wandered and I obeyed and I was disciplined. And I was tangled and held fast and woven with regret that became my master, whom I served unfailingly, baptized by dust and filled with the holy sorrow. I used to feel like Samson. I was stripped and given the clothes of an old man. My hair was gray and long, and I was weak in my stupidity. And I had a wife, and I had a lover named Delilah, and I held her, and I was held strongly by her. And I was shorn clean by scissors that I gave her myself, that I asked her to wield as I gazed at her in the dull moonlight, breaking my covenant by my own free will. And I felt like Samson no more. And I was unbound and untwined and uncovered. and I had no need to defend myself from lions, nor to set the fields ablaze, nor to gather honey, nor to hide in caves, nor to tell riddles, nor to rage, because Delilah set me free. That's that one.
Nice. Also great. And I'm so glad that you had, I'm so glad that you gave us the backstory because it might not have hit quite the same way. Oh. What? Who is that?
That's me with my Samson hair.
Real long.
There you go.
Wow, you look like a 90s grunge band musician.
Might have been in '94.
Nice work. That's some good looking hair. Impressive. Oh my gosh, this never fails to entertain us all. Everybody's stories and life experiences and songs and sharings.
I just want to chip in that I had hair once.
Was it long?
Oh yeah, but I mean, and it covered everything, Amazing.
Well, you can't tell so much, but I used to have dark hair, and it wasn't white at all. It's a little hard to tell in here, but we all change, man. We all change. It's all good. Well, I will ask before we say goodbye, does anybody else have anything else they want to share before we say goodbye for this evening? Wouldn't want to take away from anybody. Well, all right then.
Is there any chance that we'll be in person in September?
I think that yes, there's definitely. I would love to have that happen again. I know that means that our friends from will not unless I can be really tech savvy, which I could figure out because we do have some tech savvy friends on the board. Tiso, who could help set up like a live stream, Zoom, I don't know, screen of some. It happens. People do it. So, I think we could continue that way too. But yeah. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. We'll be back in September. Is our next meeting together. The third Saturday. I think we'll continue with that. We seem to have a good trend with that third Saturday of the month. So mark your calendars for the 2021. No, yes, that's what it is. 2021, 2022. There's so many 20s. 21, 22. Oh my gosh, you know what year we're in. Before we all say goodbye, I just, in case you were unaware of a couple things that are going on in the organization, we have been hosting a porch concert series on our porch of our building, and this is for folks that are in Portland currently, because if you're not, it's going to be tough. You can see some clips and whatnot, but this is, if you come on out every other Saturday, and the link I just put in the chat, cathedralparkarts.org porch-concert-series has the lineup, and we still have a few spots open. And I know, Jonathan, you reached out, and welcome back. Okay, we're not quite done yet. But it sounds like you might have a big. How many people again are in your crew, in your band, Jonathan?
Well, I've been probably the core group's about 5, but we have like as many as 7 or 8 drop in,
Oh,
But it's just it's just an old timey jam kind of thing, fiddle, banjo, guitars.
well, it might work if in the garden area. I'm not sure how amplification will work on that. So we'll keep talking about it. It might happen maybe in the little later.
Yeah, that'd be fun. And I just need to kind of woodshed to do an hour, with a single do it takes a little more prep than I put into it. So as time goes on and I get a little less busy, and maybe with any luck by that time I'll be actually in the neighborhood proper, which is our intended landing spot as we get there. So
Cool.
our fingers are crossed. So
Are you in Portland though?
well, I'm in Portland. Yeah, we're in Portland, but we need to just cover a little ground before we actually land fully and finally in St. John. So
Got it. Okay, well,
that's the goal.
come visit anytime. Porch Concerts
Oh
here.
yeah.
I also want to tell everybody we have summer camps. Our summer camps and workshops in person are happening starting in July, and this is for youth. These are for the young people that you may know, and so spread the word there. I'll put the link to register if you want to share that with any young people you know that are in the area.
What ages, Christina?
7 to 16 is what we have going on. So improv workshop, 5-day workshop for kids, a 2-week musical theater workshop for kids, 7 to 14-year-olds, and then 3 different Build-A-Band week-long workshops for 7 to 16-year-olds. So we have an array. So we're really excited to be opening back up to in person. And then the last thing I will share, which you already know, but we always appreciate any donations that you're able to make. It is certainly not expected, but it is always appreciated. So thank you for supporting us, and thank you for being here and for sharing. I feel a little emotional again, but I just really appreciate y'all showing up and making this happen, because I think I've said it before, but it could just be me sitting there staring at myself on the screen alone, and that would not be open mic night. So you all make it open mic night. So thank you.
Thank everybody from here too.